So what if Yetis were real, and when you went looking for them, you found an underground civilization that's otherworldly? Well, this movie is decades in the making and was conceived in the 1960s and finally was finished and made for today. And I'm going to talk about it. So let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review and an unboxing of the Primevals. This is a movie that is put out by Full Moon Entertainment. MVD Entertainment and Full Moon sent me a copy out to do a review. They had a huge box set, but now they have the DVD and the Blu-rays by themselves for you to be able to check them out today. And they're super freaking cheap, and I think well worth the money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you what I think about this movie, and then I'll go through all the extras, which actually there really isn't a whole lot on here, but I will go over that with you guys now. So let's get into it. So what is the Primevals all about anyway? Well, it's about a group of explorers who are out there looking for the Yeti and trying to prove that it finally exists. And when this group goes out to find it, after they get a big clue that it exists, their story has gotten so much bigger. In fact, it's involving an elder race of individuals from another planet and have lived on our Earth for a long time. This was a movie that was written and directed by David Allen and also Random William Cook. If you're not familiar with David Allen, he is a guy that has been working on a ton of different movies. He was an animator and he did a lot of visual effects for a lot of your favorite movies that you've probably seen, like Willow, Ghostbusters 2, The Howling, Demonic Toys, Puppet Master, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Flash Gordon, The Hunger, and just so many more.
Jesus Christ.
Now, the story on this is that this was a movie that he wanted to make back in 1967, and he reached out to his friend Charles Band sometime later to get this movie off the ground. They started it and ran out of money while shooting in Romania, rushed for the next 2 days to get it finished behind Charles Band's back just so they could get this movie made. They started shooting it in the mid-1990s because it took about 20 years to get it conceptually made. So this movie has had quite a journey, but unfortunately, in August of 1999, the age of 54, David Allen had passed away. The movie never got finished. It was shelved because they ran out of money because the deal that Charles Band had with Paramount and everybody went belly up, and so he didn't have the money to make it. But he had always promised David Allen that he would, and that kind of sat with him because he loved his movies. He loved his movie magic, what he did for Full Moon, all of the wonderful stuff that David had done. And I really admire Charles Band for doing this because this is a movie that could have just sat on the shelf. This is kind of like a timeless classic that was from the 60s, made in the 90s, and then finally finished and premiered in 2023. Since David Allen was one of the animators, they had to have other people join on to recreate some of the stuff that was in the film, a lot of the claymation stuff that they used in this film, because it is done in a claymation style, which I personally enjoy, and I think it looks awesome because they mix it with like live action on the screen at the same time, and man, it looks really fantastic. Now, I'm gonna be honest, some of this may not be for everybody. This is such a timeless thing that it might have a lot of nostalgia for some people who were not there for this kind of thing. You might be too young to really know it, but I still think there's a charm about this story where these people go out and they find this like undiscovered location in the middle of the earth, and it's like in the middle of nowhere, and there's these other species of different creatures that are living, and they're like lizard people, there's yetis, there's like space technology. The story's very big, and I think it's a lot of fun. If I were a kid and I saw this movie, this would probably be one of the movies that I remembered. So there's definitely something about it that I think is unique. The way that the acting is done is very much in the style of that late 50s to late 60s kind of era of acting where it's a little stiff, compared to nowadays, but it works, and it works in a way that I think is like honoring the original stuff. And they did that intentionally in the 90s to kind of mirror that. It's like you pulled this time capsule out of the ground and bam, you're back in that movie, but in full color and in 1080p. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it was the best thing I've ever seen, but I really enjoyed the heart that they put into this. The creature work and the claymation is all very meticulously done, and it just makes the movie pop in a way, you know? I know some of you guys have seen the Mad God movie, and that was some like dark magic. This is like kind of like that, but not as dark, on a little bit on the lighter side. So it's got this like dated feel to it that is very specific and I think works very well. Now, I would probably give this movie a 7.5, probably a 7.5 for me, but it is really on a 9 or a 10 scale as far as the craftsmanship. You know, the story is a little lackluster in some areas, but it all feels very present of the times that it was made for. So that may hit differently with different people. If you're a fan of creativity and art and like claymation, this is definitely something that you should check out. If you were into like Sinbad and Clash of the Titans, this is kind of like that, but in the like Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of feel, where it's very earthy, From Beyond too, or something like that. Anyway, I'm glad I got this sent out to me. It was a fun watch. I enjoyed it. I think other people will enjoy it too. It may vary on your interest there, but like I said, if you like the things that I just spoke about, I think it's a fun film to check out. And it's really cool, the story, the background on it, and how they got it together. I will go over the extras on this. I was a little disappointed to see that there wasn't a lot of extras on this, but maybe they will put out an edition later on that will have some of that. But yeah, there was a magazine that I was given, Delirium, which Full Moon puts out with the entire story of like one of the guys, the animators who helped finish this. He was like the sideman of David Allen. And it also does the story of Richard Brand, who did the music in this, which is very, whimsical and fantasy of the times. And we talk about two of those things in here. It's a really good story though, and an interesting one at that. So if you're into wanting to know more, you can always pick up a copy of Delirium that they sell on the site too. So I'll put a link down below for both of them. It's cheap. It's like $16 for the Blu-ray and like 12 or $13 for the DVD. And I'll put links down below for you to check that out. Now, as far as the extras on this one, there isn't a whole lot. It does come, with its case here, which, gives you all the epic fantasy 30 years in the making. Just the regular disc inside, nothing special. It only comes with a trailer and nothing more. So I was a little disappointed with that. But like I said, if you want to get the magazine, I'll put a link down below for that as well to give you some ideas about it. But yeah, it's still nice to have the movie, so I'm thankful for that. Thank you, MVD and Full Moon, for allowing me to check this out. It seems like Full Moon's really kind of starting up a whole new generation of films again. They got some new stuff coming out, so you might want to check it out. It may bring some nostalgia back, may do some new things, as we spoke with Charles Band already, so keep an eye out for that. I'll put the link to the interview with Charles Band here about one of his new movies. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. What do you think? Are you into these kind of films? Were you into the Journey to the Center of the Earth style, claymation included kind of films of the past? Because I used to love those kind of things, and yeah, they're a little out of style nowadays, but I think it's making a comeback because we've seen movies like stop motion and others. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for coming by, and as always, long live the void.